Well, I had family interests that kind of drew me into the oil and gas industry, and I was asked to join a business back here in Oklahoma City, and which I knew very little about, but I spent the first 3 or 4 years learning about the business, learning about the nomenclature or the language we use in the oil and gas industry. Started a company in 1982 that grew in size and sold in 2006 and did very well. I mean, it was a very successful, small, independent, family-owned company. The dean at the time of the School of Business at Oklahoma City University asked me to come out here and teach and bring my experience from both my background in economics and in the energy industry to the university and teach. So I did that. And he subsequently left a few years later, and then the current president of OCU asked me to step in and become the new dean of the business school. I've always enjoyed teaching. I've always enjoyed being around young people who are eager and interested in learning. And I think that the fact that I had a lot of real-world experiences to bring in the classroom and talk about not just theory, but actual real-world events and how it applies in the real world was helpful to me. So I enjoyed it. It wasn't a grand transition to move from private industry into the classroom because I just had a lot of anecdotal information to give to the students, and I think they enjoyed that. Well, I think the lesson I've learned in my experience both in business and academia is to be patient, to gather facts, to look at data and really figure out what's going on with issues. Or usually when times are good, you know, it's a nice situation. It's when times turn bad or the economy turns down or prices of the products you're trying to sell fall. Like in oil and gas, we have very volatile energy prices. And so you have to deal with problem areas from time to time. So you just need to be composed, you need to be patient. The other thing I would say is you need to surround yourself with smart people. And if you surround yourself with smart people that give you good advice, then that's something I would recommend to anybody. To me, the most rewarding experience I've had in my career is just working with people. I mean, I love to be around people. I love to communicate with people. I love to work out problems with people. I have a very good friend who lives around Holdenville, just outside of Holdenville, Oklahoma, who worked with me for over 20 years in the oil and gas industry. And we would think a lot and deal a lot with issues involving our business. And we had problems from time to time. And we were involved in wells that blew out. They didn't catch on fire, fortunately, but we had problems. And so we'd always work through those problems, and we worked very well together. And if I'd come up with an idea that he thought was a good idea, he'd just say, let's do it. Let's go do it. I mean, without hesitation, it was, I'm on board, let's go do it. It wasn't a debatable point. And a lot of times you get associated with people who are more, well, let me think about that, or I'll get back to you in a week, and a week turns into a month. But when people are really aggressive and receptive to good ideas, and they say, let's go do this, this is a good thought, it's always fun to be around people who are engaged like that. Well, for any new professional beginning their career, I would again note, be patient, understand the facts, collect data. I mean, really assess problem areas in particular. Get to know people, get to know their strengths and weaknesses, and yoke their strengths, and take advantage of the people that are around you. Smart people give you good advice, and you think in isolation, and you never come up with the best solution if you think in isolation. So surround yourself with good, smart people and listen to what they have to say. Well, the Meinders School of Business, I think in 5 years, is going to be a very dynamic place for students to come, for faculty to teach. We've got a lot of great programs in development, but we've got a great set of programs in accounting and finance and marketing, management, economics. We've got a tremendous group of faculty. So there are PhDs. You won't have a graduate school student teaching classes here. They're all qualified experts at their profession.